Welcome, brothers. I'm JK, head coach and founder at PornReboot.com. Today we're going to be talking about why optimists do not recover. The other day I was at a mastermind group of mine, and I heard a story being told by the guy who was moderating the group. And I believe it's from a book called Release Your Brakes. It's a really old book. I've read part of it a couple of years ago, but I don't remember who the author is. And if you know the actual story, feel free to update me in the comment section below. But anyway, he was talking to this admiral who, during the war, I'm not sure which war, was a prisoner of war with other American soldiers. And some men made it through without giving away any secrets from their country, and others didn't. Many of them cracked, many of them died, many of them gave up. And so the question that he was asked was, how did you spend years as a prisoner of war? And if you made it, who were the other people who didn't make it? And so when he was asked how he made it, he said, well, I had one mindset, one thing in mind. And they were like, well, what's that? He said, I always knew that we would prevail. I always knew that we would win. I always knew that we would be rescued. And he was like, well, who didn't? Who didn't make it? And he was like, well, the optimists didn't make it. And so the interviewer was like, well, why? Why didn't the optimists make it? You would think that the optimists would be the ones who survived in a time when you were going through a lot of pain and there was no end in sight. He was like, well, the problem with the optimists is they would always say things like, after they were tortured or when they were going to be tortured next, they would always tell themselves things like, well, I'm sure we're going to be out of here by Thanksgiving. Like, they're going to come save us by Thanksgiving. We'll be good to go. And Thanksgiving would come and go. Then they would say, you know what? It's okay that we're going through all of this. I'm sure we're going to be out of here by Christmas. Christmas would come and go. I'm sure we're going to be out of here by the New Year. The New Year would come and go. And their last ditch effort would be, you know what, Easter at the latest, we're gonna be out of here. And that's what they would keep doing. And for him, he would just believe that at some point they would prevail. And he's like, well, how did the optimists die? Like, how did they not make it? He's like, well, they died of a broken heart because they never got the thing that they were hoping for at a specific time. And I think this story is very relevant to men who are rebooting, men who are trying to end their out of control behavior or their addiction to pornography, masturbation, or any other sort of sexual behavior. Because I see so many men who have this idea in their mind, and you might have this, that you're going to end your behavior in 90 days, that you're going to end your behavior in a year, that in 2 years everything is going to happen. And so your mindset is very optimistic, and you keep setting goals and deadlines for yourself. And as I've mentioned so many times, counting towards a deadline is an ideal. Just like these prisoners of war believed that one day they would be out of here, as the day came closer, it became apparent that what they imagined wasn't going to happen. And they put all their hope and all their belief in that. So when that didn't happen, the higher your head is in the clouds, the further that you have to fall. And so they took a big hit when they fell. And there's only so much you can take before you start to believe that it doesn't matter what timeline you set, you're never gonna make it. And that's why so many men, you find them being very optimistic. They talk about all their days off fapping. They talk about all the wonderful benefits and superpowers that they're gaining. And then you'll hear those same men talk about how bad they feel when they slip and how they want to give up hope. And there's just a general theme of depression that runs through their stories. And the reason why this happens, brothers, is because they are optimists. Now, don't get me wrong. There's definitely a place for optimism in your reboot. What I'm saying is that the thing that is more important than that is your belief in yourself and your belief that you will prevail. Your belief that you are going to overcome this. Because think about it, an addiction to pornography and masturbation, it's not natural. It's not something that you're supposed to deal with. We were not designed to be exposed to high-speed internet pornography. And so if it's not natural, it means that your brain has the capability to rewire itself back to what is natural. And that's a very simple message for y'all today, especially if you are one of those brothers who keeps having these emotional ups and downs when it comes to ending your behavior because you keep counting and looking forward to a specific day. I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you found it useful and you'd like to learn more about the PornReboot system, there are a couple of ways that you can do so. The first thing you want to do is you actually want to subscribe to our channel and click on the little bell icon when you do so. And that's going to let you know every time we release a video. So we release 4 videos a week. The second thing to do is join our free Facebook group. So if you're looking for accountability, if you would like to learn more about our system, if you want to be around men who are actually serious about their behavior, that's the place to be. And there's a link to join in the description below this video. The second thing you can do is to download a copy of my free ebook. It's called Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men. And it's the roadmap to ending your behavior. So if you're curious about my system and you don't have too much time, it's a couple of pages long, you can read that and learn about the system. And finally, if you feel that you are at a point in your life where you would like to end your behavior with pornography and masturbation quicker, if you would like somebody to hold your hand and guide you through it step by step, or if you're the type of guy who needs a system, you need to know what's coming next and you need to know the exact result that you can experience, rather that you will experience when you do something specific, then our group coaching program, the PornReboot Intensive, might be a good fit for you. So there's a link to schedule a call with one of my team members in the description below this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you later in the week.